It's Friday, July 19. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, has offered $20 million to authorized dealers and large cambios. The central bank says the move is intended to address temporary demand and supply imbalances in the foreign exchange market. Last week, BOJ sold US $30 million to the market in a similar move. There have been recent concerns about the decline in the value of the Jamaican dollar. The United States Senate on Thursday voted to confirm the nomination of Arizona businessman Donald Ray Tapia to become ambassador to Jamaica. The White House is to be notified of the Senate's decision. A statement on the White House website said Mr. Tapia served as chairman and CEO of Esco Group Management, the largest Hispanic-owned business in Arizona. Jamaica has been without a top U.S. diplomat since the departure of Luis Marino in July 2017. The government is to embark on an initiative to remove over 2 million tires currently at the Riverton City Disposal Site in Kingston. So says the Minister without Portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Lara Vaz. He made the disclosure during his contribution to the 2019-2020 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday.
These entities are in advanced discussions with a private sector company to implement a pilot project for the removal and transportation of tires from the Riverton City landfill to be disposed in an environmentally friendly and sustainable manner.
This initiative is a collaboration of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development, and the National Solid Waste Management Authority. Minister Vaz told the lower house that approximately 1,000 tires are deposited at the site each day and pose a potential fire hazard, as well as provide breeding grounds for mosquitoes and pests.
These illegal activities contribute significantly to the poor air quality along the 3-mile corridor.
He added that strict enforcement measures are being instituted by the relevant regulatory agencies with the support of the security forces to eliminate the illegal open burning of tires by individuals within the environs of the Riverton City disposal site. The United Nations Development Programme will be funding a $6 million project dubbed Conserving Biodiversity and Reducing Land Degradation in the Cockpit Country. This was disclosed by Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Lara Vaz, during his contribution to the sectoral debate. He told Parliament that under the project, a number of investment projects in sustainable land management, sustainable forest management, and agricultural development practices will be undertaken in selected areas within the Cockpit Country.
A grant facility to incentivize the uptake of best practices, biodiversity and climate resilient agriculture, sustainable ecotourism initiatives, and sustainable forest management approaches for rehabilitation and restoration.
The Water Resources Authority, WRA, and the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, Met Service, on Wednesday signed a memorandum of understanding to facilitate the sharing of hydrometeorological data and information that will allow both entities to plan for the impact of climate change. The project, which is funded through the Pilot Program for Climate Resilience, will allow both entities to receive real-time stream flow and rainfall data. Speaking at the signing at the offices of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Minister without Portfolio, Senator Pernell Charles Jr., said that the new data gathering platform would help authorities to utilize more proactive mechanisms that are going to, quote, allow us to foresee what we know is bound to come and to put the country in a position to protect itself and maximize its ability to gain benefit over any damage, end quote. Under the MOU, both parties will, among other things, share hydrometeorological data from rainfall, intensity and stream flow stations across the island, support each other through the exchange of data, information and technical expertise to include capacity building, seek to establish, where necessary, relevant committees, working groups, and facilitate speedy data access or transfer. Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Paula Llewellyn, says her office has provided the Financial Investigations Division with a detailed 13-page document which includes legal opinion, guidance, and recommendations for a probe involving former Education Minister Ray Reid. In a statement issued on Thursday, DPP Llewellyn said an examination of material provided by investigators found possible administrative breaches and conduct which may have contravened criminal statutes. She added, quote, "The police and other investigative bodies have primacy of decision-making on whether to place any matter before the court," end quote. Ray Reid was asked by Prime Minister Andrew Holness to resign as Minister of Education, Youth and Information in March amid allegations of corruption at the ministry and several agencies that fall under its remit. Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips on Thursday announced that the People's National Party, PNP, will be hosting a national stakeholders meeting to discuss crime and corruption in Jamaica. The meeting is scheduled for July 30 at the Jamaica Conference Center in downtown Kingston. He said it is expected that the leadership of the security forces, members of the academic community, the private sector, churches, and others will be in attendance. He was speaking with journalists on Thursday following another anti-corruption protest staged by the People's National Party in Montego Bay, St. James. The US dollar on Thursday, July 18, ended trading at Jamaican $138.10, up by 79 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The Canadian dollar ended trading at Jamaican $105.82, up from $103.12, while the British pound sterling ended trading at Jamaican $169.76, up from $167.69. In regional news, Trinidad and Tobago's Minister of Rural Development and Local Government says an expansive audit will be conducted into the multi-million-dollar contracts given to 7 reputed gang leaders at 2 government-controlled corporations. In a media release, Kazim Hussein signaled his intention to have the matter properly investigated. It's said that the practice had fueled gang wars and contributed to an upsurge in homicides over the last 15 years. In sports, sprinter Johan Blake, the 2011 World 100 meters champion, will be up against his former training partner, Zarnell Hughes. And this competition could intensify at this weekend's London Diamond League as both athletes will stand on the line for the men's 100 meters for the second time this season. Hughes is leading the season's rivalry 1-0, having beaten Blake at the Racers Grand Prix with a 9.96 seconds effort. Blake only managed 10.01 that night, but he turned up at the National Senior Championships 2 weeks later in fine form, producing 9.96 seconds to reclaim the national title in the event. The 2-day meet gets underway at the London Olympic Stadium tomorrow. International Tennis Federation white badge umpire Simon Casserly will be among the Jamaicans representing the island at next week's Pan American Games in Lima, Peru. Casserly has been confirmed as one of the designated chair umpires in the lawn tennis competition. He recently returned from a successful Davis Cup assignment in Costa Rica and feels that the tournament was a good preparation for the Pan Am Games. And that's the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom. Have a wonderful weekend.